Hey Raghunath, tell everyone about our Patreon community.
Sure, Kastuba. The Wisdom of the Sages Patreon community is an incredible online yoga resource. If you like the type of yoga wisdom and culture we share on the show, then our Patreon community is a great next step. This is a listener-supported podcast, and any level of sponsorship will unlock a wide range of live and archived classes, talks, and even workshops.
Raghunath teaches, I teach, and we have a host of other excellent teachers on topics ranging from yoga philosophy, asana classes, storytelling, Ayurveda, kirtan, cooking, meditation, and a lot more.
We even have an incredible online Bhakti 12-step recovery group.
So if you want to check it out, go to patreon.com/wisdom of the sages.
All right, let's get it on.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Live from Super Soul Farm, this is Wisdom of the Sages, a daily yoga podcast with your host, Raghunath, and co-host and senior educator at the Bhakti Center in New York, Kastuba Das. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday's study discussion. Study sounds too
Fight.
intimidating.
How about fight?
Yeah, how about just...
Tuesday's fight over the Srimad Bhagavatam.
Oh, welcome to the Srimad Bhagavatam, everybody. This is what we do every morning. I love these people. If you want to join us on Zoom, you can do that. Email Mara, wisdomofthesages108@gmail.com. She'll give you a little code to enter into our coven. You didn't mention anything about my new look, Mr. Kastuba.
New look? What's new?
Well, it's not the Bhakti Life t-shirt, which is also sort of new.
Okay.
Thank
You
you.
shaved up, Raghunath. You shaved your head. You shaved your face.
I shaved my wisdom away.
No.
You know?
No.
Yeah. I shaved
People,
it.
you're getting a lot of appreciation on the chat board.
Tracy says I look much younger. You know, I think I do. Unfortunately, that beard was covering up my chubby jowls.
Your jowls.
Henry gave me the jowl mudra. He gave me the jowl
Who?
mudra. Henry gave me the jowl mudra.
Oh,
But
okay.
whatever. This is what I got. I'm 57 years old. My
You
head
look
is
great.
my
You look
head's-
great.
my head's morphed. That does. Our bodies morph in time. You know what I mean?
You just
I saw
let it
that
go.
picture of you and me getting initiated. I was like a little young chimp, you know, and now I'm just like an
Little
aged orangutan. What can we do? Ah,
We go with it, Raghunath. You
We go with
what
it.
You got.
I mean, look at my mom. We're next phase. My mom, you know,
What did you call your mother? A major date with
a
legs?
medjool date with legs. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just like it's gonna happen to all of us.
All right.
She's beautiful.
What was it, Mara? Was it, was Mara kind of like, I think it's time to shave? Was it like that?
No, Mara encouraged my wizardly appearance.
All right. Wizard.
I sort of
It's time.
felt like, you know what? I got to start over. I got to refresh
Does it start
myself.
to feel dirty sometimes? Like
Not at
food's
all.
getting stuck in it.
Not at all. I felt clean.
Itchy when you
No,
go
I
down to sleep.
oiled
Does
it.
it bother
I
you?
oiled it. Scented oils.
All
I
right.
combed it.
Then you realized you were becoming too vain because of it, and you shaved.
No, that wasn't it either.
it.
Just wanted a new look. I like to spruce myself up, change my outfit, so to speak.
Change it up.
Change it up. How are you?
Good. Why don't we check in with Mara, Raghu? Sound like
What's
good
up,
idea?
Mara? Mara's taking such good care of me. I've been so sick for the last few days. I'm feeling like I'm coming out of it.
Oh, good. It's that ginger stuff she's making.
By the way, for some reason I've just been taking naps all day long, and then I couldn't go to sleep last night. And instead of doing something Krishna conscious, I watched Meet the Parents, and I've realized that you are Robert De Niro. and Meet the Parents. Everyone's got to just get a clip of Robert De Niro.
Raghunath,
Like
this is you projecting your
No,
own
it's
infantile
I was
resentment.
like, oh my God, this
you know,
is,
it's got
does the whole
nothing to do
world
with
not
me.
see this? Kostuba is Robert De Niro, and I. What's the
I
guy's
haven't
name?
seen
Adam
it,
Sandler, the other guy.
but my guess is that you are projecting your.
Okay, everybody just YouTube search
You don't want
Ben
anyone
Stiller?
pointing out
yeah, I'm Ben Stiller,
your
and
your
he's
flaws
Robert
or
De
whatever.
Niro in Meet the Parents.
I wouldn't be pointing out your flaws, Raghunath, if you just didn't impose them so much in my life every day. If we weren't doing the show together every day.
So you're not a
I'd just let
cat
it all
person,
go.
Raghunath. So you're not a cat person, Raghunath. I'm watching you. I'm
Okay.
taking you downtown.
Was it good, Raghunath? Did you get
It was
some-
actually pretty good.
all right,
It was like simple, fun
little
comedy.
humor?
right.
Sometimes when you're feeling crappy, you just have to laugh. You know?
Okay, yeah. Sure.
All right. So we have back to recovery group meetings today. The men meet at noon, the women meet at 2. Tomorrow evening for our Patreon members, Mangala Chitra Devi is offering a slow flow asana class, 6
Slow
p.m.
flow.
Slow flow. And we'll keep the show at 8 a.m. tomorrow, right?
I
Wednesday.
guess
8 a.m. tomorrow.
8 a.m. tomorrow. Raghunath, he's because you shaved. You're more concerned with the chat board today than even more than usual.
He needs
What
to
do they
receive his
say?
appreciation.
What do they
and
say?
love.
Jiva G called me
I see.
Uncle Fester. That wasn't nice, Jiva
That's
G.
why he doesn't shave, because you say that. No, you don't look like
Yes.
Uncle Fester.
Thank you.
If you wore that outfit, maybe.
If I wore the coat, the
With the
fur
collar.
collar. Oh, our generation.
Yeah. You know what something happened to me yesterday, and it got me thinking, Raghunath.
You're thinking. What?
Appreciating. I felt humbled.
Go tell me.
I met a friend yesterday. I bumped into.
Okay.
I'm not going to even mention who, because of the circumstances that I'm going to mention, and I'm probably being overly cautious, but I feel it's good to do that. But
Okay. Now
this
we're
person-
dying to find out. Send it
What's
to
that?
me privately on the message board.
okay, but the person told me they listen to the show every day. It's helped them so much. It's been a game changer.
This is an old friend of yours?
not an old friend, but someone that I knew through the Bhakti Center.
Okay.
That I
Okay.
know through the Bhakti Center. Beautiful person, sweet person.
Okay.
And he revealed to me all kind of things I didn't know about him,
Mhm.
including that his family lives in a country where practicing Krishna consciousness is straight out illegal.
Isn't that amazing?
I mean, it really got me thinking. When I was sitting next to a person, they're sharing with me. The fortunate thing is that his family is going to be able to leave that country and come to New York.
Mm-hmm.
But he explained to me how his mother's got him into bhakti and how special she is. But how careful and if they want to have a kirtan, they have to go off into some village somewhere way out in the middle of nowhere.
Right,
to
in the
gather
woods,
together.
in the basement, in the
Yeah,
woods.
To this day, I was thinking, I remember the Soviet Union was like that back in, but no, it's
Still
like
out
that.
there.
There's many places in this world where people are practicing Krishna bhakti, at great risk. And it was humbling to me. It made me think, and many of them we have many listeners that are in those circumstances in
We have many
different places
listeners,
around
yeah.
the globe, or also in places that are politically even just places that are very politically unstable. That's another thing where it's just like your world is really getting rocked. I really, from my heart, I really offer my respect to those devotees out there that are living under those circumstances, practicing bhakti under those circumstances. It's very special and very admirable.
You're not going to believe this, but I was laying in bed thinking about the same thing today. Truthfully.
Connections, or you and I.
You and I
Raghunath,
were like mental telepathy.
when you shaved, that was it. It was like connection.
I was thinking about that too. I was like thinking, yeah, if I'm like if I have a bad sadhana, don't chant, need to chant better or more attentively, or slacking. It's not because of some government infringement. It's just due to patheticness. It's like we're pathetic. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're maybe not finishing their rounds because some type of KGB type of organization is going to kick down their door and confiscate their beads and take away one of their children. For us, it's just like, I'm lazy. I'm just going to do something else. I'm going to scroll through my phone. It's like with freedom also comes up a type of you have free will. You have more freedom, but within that freedom, you have responsibility. Yeah, you become a victim of your own choices. We suffer from too many choices. Yeah, our freedom can kill. So there's something horrible about their situation politically, but there's something very, very, I'm not going to say wonderful, but there's something wonderful. There's a gift of a painful situation, which makes you gives you impetus. You know what? I got to surrender. My life is in divine hands. I got to trust you. It's like Draupadi getting disrobed. Draupadi's hands are up in the air. This is the worst situation ever materially, but I'm going to flip the script. I just put my hands up. That's Draupadi in pure bhakti when her hands are in the air praying to Krishna. But materially speaking, it's the worst situation ever.
I tell you're right. Sometimes it's those difficult situations that really bring out the best in you.
Sure.
I remember once, Raghunath, I was at the Pune Yatra in Pune, India.
Pune Yatra. I've been to the Pune Yatra.
And
let's just explain that big festival that would happen at this very sweet, wealthy devotee's estate.
Yeah.
And he'd sponsor it for everybody.
Invite a couple thousand people to his home and just have a big festival.
Ever invite a couple thousand people to your house? He would.
Yeah.
And he would call it the Pune because it was in Pune. It's a city in Maharashtra.
Called it the Pune Yatra. And there were devotees from the former Soviet Union there, and they were sharing stories about those times.
Wow.
And one of them shared a story where he was saying that he was involved in the publication of books, the publication of, bhakti related, shastric texts they're producing the books in the Soviet Union, which is just like, that was just about as, as criminal as things get,
right.
Then. And if you were caught doing that, you would be thrown in a labor camp and maybe never come out. There's a good chance you'd never come out. And, those labor camps are absolute hell, and everybody knew it. And these devotees risked their lives to print these books. And what happened is that this devotee was, somehow the word got out, they're on their way, right? Like the KGB are on their way. They're going to find that place, that room where it's all happening. And the whole thing's going to get busted. In this devotee's thing, like, I'm done for. Like, I don't think I can even have the time to get out of here or whatever. And he said that these two lady devotees, hearing that, they sacrificed themselves. They created some other kind of diversion by which they knew that they would be thrown in a labor camp, so that these officials wouldn't find that place where the books were being produced. They were thinking, these books must go out. This is Krishna. He must
right.
Go, right? I'm willing to give my life and to live in a labor camp for the rest of my life if need be.
It's unbelievable.
In order so that they can keep printing these books. It makes me just feel like what have I done with my life?
What have I done? What have I done? Right, exactly. The sacrifices that people have gone through to establish bhakti around the world.
And it's still
amazing. People get down on like temples and the institution. No, those institutions stupid. You know how hard it was to establish any
the
building.
First world problem. Right?
Yeah, they're like, establish a temple in an area. You got to buy the real estate. You got to deal with all the legalities. You got to deal with the taxes. You got to deal with, whatever, thieves, criminals, rodents, whatever it is to establish something, it takes a lot to start a project, get behind it, try to have and you're doing it as an offering. And then you get mixed up in the politics of it. And it's not like these people, I'm going to join a spiritual movement so I can become a political figure. No, they're doing it because it's a labor of love. But when you get a lot of people together, it becomes political. It becomes hard.
And it's impossible to satisfy everyone.
And you can't satisfy everyone.
Yeah.
You just try your best.
Yeah.
And they've established, and because of those institutions, and I haven't lived in an institution since, in 30 years, but because of those, they are organized to distribute spiritual information, which I can say saved my life in so many ways. And so I'm in debt to those institutions, even though I might even poo-poo on the institutions themselves as well, But the fact is, there's a lot of sacrifice that it's good to meditate on. When you hear about these devotees who went, especially Americans who went to India and wasn't used to going to India back then, and it was tough, and they got sick, and they had no money, and they'd be camping out, and they're covered in mosquitoes, and they're dealing with Indian politics, trying to buy land, and unbelievable. And we're going to take a whole group to Mayapur in February. Looking forward to that. Unbelievable. And when you hear Malati's story, who was one of the first people in Mayapur helping, Jai Patak Swami and all these people that came to Mayapur and set up this incredible holy place, the property for Prabhupada. It's unbelievable, the sacrifice and how they lived in tents and slept outside and dealing with cobras. And now there's just like this beautiful place to visit where I can so easily take it for granted and be like, oh, the pizza place isn't open today. Oh, that's horrible. Oh man, they don't have the pakoras that I want. I love those pakoras. I hate the fact that I came here and there's no pakoras that I like. It's amazing how entitled we get. And so there is a gift, and they get the benefit of that sacrifice. Krishna doesn't forget it. The great acharyas, the great masters who were trying to please to get Krishna prema, they don't forget it. That sacrifice they make for Krishna is not forgotten, no matter what happens.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, Raghunath. Thank you for sharing that.
I think of. I'm thinking of that Lady Leela avatar, Lydia Mann. She had that preaching center in Greenwich Village.
Yeah.
In the 80s. I think it was just her apartment.
No.
I
mean, if that...
She was living there.
I just remember it as one big open room. Maybe she was living there. I don't know.
No, she was living there.
Okay.
And she just used to be on the streets, inviting people to our programs there. And basically just like picked so many of us from the punk and hardcore scene up off the streets and gave us so much bhakti. And like 35 years later, even 40 years later, she didn't realize how do you remember that time we brought her and we found her and we brought her to the Bhakti Center and had her up on the roof, and she gave a little we gave an appreciation of her. And people don't realize how much their sacrifice has affected so many of us.
Thank you, Raghu.
I want some feedback.
Well, I was thinking it might be time
to move on.
Yeah, but in any case, my point in bringing all that up was just like, to this day, sometimes in my mind I think, oh, all that was in the past, but no, there's a whole list of countries where it's illegal and dangerous to practice Krishna Bhakti.
Yeah. How about those stories Radhanath Swami told us about preaching in Pakistan?
Oh, there's Pakistan.
Oh, my God.
There are people doing that today. There are people in Bangladesh, very dangerous. There are people in China. There are people in, they're all over the Middle East. So many Muslim countries. It's like these are special people, special
people. They're just like, you know what? We're going to do it, and we might die, and that's okay. It's unbelievable, these people. I don't want to hear anybody complaining today. I don't want to hear one of you complaining. Karuna, no complaining. Joshua, no
lives in the Middle
complaining
East
today.
in a very economically unstable country. She's the one of the ones that can't complain.
There's no complaining about anything today.
Okay.
After hearing these, thank you,
Corona.
Christina.
Okay.
Oh God,
Let's get into the. Oh, did we check in with Mary yet? I forget.
Yeah.
We did.
we're
okay.
lost today.
We're lost.
We took a
Um,
left
oh,
turn
we're-
at Albuquerque. And
We're gonna
now
have
we're lost.
Vaisheshik Prabhu's walk on Wednesday tomorrow.
It's that time of year.
Bhajar Purnima is coming.
Bhajar
That time of year where if you give away the gift of the Srimad Bhagavatam, it's like that's it. Your material life's over. So every year we do a campaign to donate Srimad Bhagavatams. Our listeners can either choose to donate it or to receive it. Like if you want a set of Srimad Bhagavatam, we're going to get it to you.
You can donate
Crazy.
it or you can receive it.
You
It's
can
like a
receive it
fun.
too.
It's like having a fundraiser where you can either give
like
money
Secret
or
Santa.
receive money.
Yeah. It's like that. It's crazy.
I choose receive money.
Okay, but let's get into the nugget, Raghunath, huh?
Yeah, that is so funny. You can either donate it or receive it.
Receive it.
Only in the spiritual world things are like this.
And you know, when you talk to Vaisheshwar, he's just as happy either way. Oh, you want to receive it? Great. You know, we're gonna send it right
I know,
over.
great. We've been looking for people to receive it.
Yeah.
That is so funny. Well, we do this every year, and it's a big, it's a great little party. So
It's
I'm
a
glad
wonderful
that
party.
he's on tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. Nugget, madam. Thank you. This is from your friend and mine,
Yes.
Albert Einstein.
Okay, Einstein, what have you got to say?
Imagination is more important than knowledge.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, I like that already.
Okay.
There's more. For knowledge is limited to all we know and understand.
Okay.
While imagination embraces the entire world and all there ever will be to know and understand. That's very interesting. This is a very
Albert
good
Einstein.
quote.
One more time.
Okay, imagination is more important than knowledge. For knowledge is limited to all we know and to all we know and understand, while imagination embraces the entire world and all there ever will be to know and understand.
I like this for a couple of reasons.
Yeah. It gets us right out of the box of our own empiricism, right?
The
Like we were
limited,
talking about
yeah.
yesterday, empirical
Yeah.
knowledge.
Yeah. Right. And the humility to say there's so much that I don't know. It gives us that ability to expand, you know, the possibilities, to imagine other possibilities, and then to know more than what we know and understand more than we understand. I looked up the word imagination, Raghunath.
I love when you do this. You're such a word nerd. Okay, go. What does imagination mean?
How would you
Christina?
define it, Raghunath? If you were to write the dictionary definition, what would you write?
Oh, I hate this.
Okay,
You
I don't
try
have to put you on the
find
hot seat. I
words that
just-
you already know.
Because it makes us
Imagination,
look like
the
we don't really
ability
know.
to wonder and dream of the
Okay.
possibilities of what
Okay.
could or couldn't be.
Well,
that?
what I've got here is the faculty or action of forming new ideas or images or concepts of external objects not present to the senses. All right.
Yeah.
Beyond the
that.
empirical, right? Being able to expand the mind to conform new ideas. And I think new ideas doesn't necessarily mean the ideas haven't existed before, but they haven't been my ideas before, right?
Mhm.
To be able to expand, to consider the possibilities of what's going on. You know, we're going to read about some interesting stuff today, Brother Godath, right?
Tell me, yeah.
We're going to read about how there's influences in this world that are invisible.
That we don't even realize. Invisible forces.
Influences.
Like the
forces.
invisible, yeah.
And that are
Subtle entities.
not subtle entities, that are not just like in a small way, but in a major way
moving us.
affecting our experience here.
Yeah.
Yeah, moving us, and that the meaning of life, the very purpose of it all. If we're gonna, you have to use your imagination. You have to open your mind to new ideas. You have to ponder that which is beyond what you can perceive through your senses. If you're going to figure out what life is all about, if you're going to understand what am I doing here, how do I move forward, what am I meant to learn, how am I meant to grow, that's going to require some imagination, right? Even you may have all this knowledge of this empirical knowledge, you still may be a very dry and bitter little person that never learned anything, really. Right? Never understood anything.
Who are you talking about?
I'm not talking about you, Raghunath. You are you're not a dry, bitter person. You are a sweet, juicy person.
What do you mean by juicy?
Is it in my head?
I think my head is juicy and plump.
All right.
All right.
Shall we get into it?
Yeah, let's get into this. Narayanam namaskritya naram chayeva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tatojayam madirayat. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is our very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances to the Supreme Lord Narayan. Unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and to Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nasta prayeshvabhadreshu nityam bhagavat sevaya bhagavati uttama shloki bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. By regular attendance in classes in the Bhagavatam and by rendering service to the pure devotees, all that is troublesome to the heart will become eradicated, and loving service to the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, will be established as an irrevocable fact. Om Agyanatamarandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmadatam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my teachers are opening my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my obeisances at their lotus feet.
Right there at the lotus feet.
Boom. All right, reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 4, Text 24.
We're in the Hamsaguya prayers now, Raghunath.
Hamsaguya.
Secret Swan.
Oh,
Who's speaking? Mara, who's speaking? Hot seat.
Ooh.
man, I got Mara on the hot
Just
seat
knitting or
yesterday.
is she
did-
listening? That's the question, right?
Daksha.
There you go. Well done.
I was hot seating Mara yesterday. We were reading something. She was boom, boom, boom.
She
What was it again?
listens.
What was
What
it
she's
again?
knitting, she's in a deeper.
I know. You know what? It's a
State.
meditative mind. I think she's spaced out.
No,
I think she's just thinking of yarn, texture. No, she's hearing.
no,
she's
I was thinking
absorbing.
she's just like thinking it's just like the past or something like that, or
Future.
the future
Past.
maybe. Yeah.
She's
No,
not. She's
no,
just,
she's-
her vrittis have settled, and she's like just a pure, like a
fugue
r-
state.
what?
Fugue
A
state.
fugue state. Yeah, where she can just take things in magnetically.
Daksha. She's boom. She knows.
What was the hot seat I got you with the other day? Oh, I said, I'm going to put you on the hot seat right now. See if you
Uh-oh.
get this.
Okay.
At one point in the war in the Mahabharata,
Yeah.
Duryodhana went to Jayadratha, who was a great fighter, and said, I need you to chariot drive for who?
For Karna.
Ooh, very good. You got it too. Very good.
I mean, I'll tell you.
Let's squirrel this.
Let's squirrel it out. That means a lot to me because one of my favorite moments in Mahabharata, I don't know, moment, it's a long moment. A lot of people get killed in this moment.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people.
And that's your favorite?
Yeah, but it's not because of the killing. But you see, Jayadratha, it was Jayadratha, Karna, Jayadratha said that I will only do it if I can say whatever I want to say, right?
Right. So he was like yelling at Karna,
He didn't
making
like
fun
Karna.
of him.
You coward! Look at you! You're gonna fail. Karna's like, what? But it was Jayadratha that blocked the entrance to the Chaturvyuha, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I always remember about Jayadratha. That he once tried to kidnap Draupadi, correct?
That I don't know.
Yeah, he tried to kidnap Draupadi, and she's like kind of fighting him off. She's on the chariot, and then Arjuna chases him down, captures him, humiliates him. Doesn't even kill him. He would have preferred to have been killed.
What did he do? Like cut off half of his mustache?
I think that's exactly what he did. He did that kind of thing.
Imagine if someone did that to me yesterday before I shaved. All right, rocking out here.
Do the show like this
I'd be on the show. Welcome to Wisdom of the Sages.
with your head down.
Half a mustache. That's humiliating.
And for these warriors, they say that it said right there in the Bhagavad Gita that dishonor is worse than death. So Jayadratha, he would have preferred to have died, and now he's living with a shame. You know,
Like I've been
Arjuna was
humiliated.
kind of letting him off the hook by not killing him.
It's almost like these Chacharyas were allowed to be like a little egoistical and a little,
They pay
have the-
for it too, but yeah, dharmically it's allowed.
yeah.
Right.
So that's your favorite scene when he gets humiliated?
No. You see, so because of that, he took a vow. He started performing austerities, intense austerities, severe austerities, with one goal in mind, and that goal was that he be able to defeat the Pandavas in battle. Right.
Mhm.
And so he did these intense austerities for a long time, and I believe it was Lord Shiva that appeared before him to grant the boon.
Mhm.
You know, what boon do you want? I want the boon that I can defeat the Pandavas. I think he even said Arjuna specifically, but he mentioned all the Pandavas as well. And I think it was Shiva that said, I can't grant you that boon.
Mhm.
He said, what I can grant you is that you can defeat all of the Pandavas if Arjuna is not there.
Ooh.
But you can't, you won't even be able to kill them, but you'll be able to kind of like defeat them in battle, like ward them off, like that.
Right.
So that's what he got out of it. Now, fast forward to the Battle of Kurukshetra, and there's many fronts on that warfield, and one day Arjuna went off in one direction, right? On his own,
Yeah.
to fight against this tribe of warriors, whereas the rest of the Pandavas were together, and then the enemy created what's called the Chaturvyuha.
They're just like different ways to arrange your army.
Yeah,
We don't-
different
yeah.
military arrangements,
Phalanx.
You just like that word,
Phalanx.
phalanx. And so they arranged the Chaturvyuha, which is the wheel-shaped one. And Yudhishthir was getting together with the different generals, and he was saying, you know what? We do not know how to penetrate this formation. This is a problem. And Arjuna is the one that knows, and he's not here now. And then Arjuna's son Abhimanyu spoke up.
Yeah. His young teenage son said, I know how to
16
I
years
know how
old.
to penetrate it. I just don't know how to get out of it.
Exactly. He says, my father has taught me how to break this open. But the thing is, if it breaks open, I'll be stuck in there. I won't be able to come out.
You have to
Yudhishthir
all
said,
come
"No."
in behind me. You have to all get in
Yeah.
there immediately behind me.
Yudhishthir promised him, I promise you that I will, that we will follow right behind you. So you won't need to come out. We'll come in with you, and then it'll fall into shambles. We'll shatter that formation. We just need you to spearhead it. So
This
the
is
courageous.
the biggest squirrel we've had in a long time, but go on.
So,
I
so
just
the
want you to know you're responsible for one of the biggest squirrels in Wisdom of Sages
It's
history.
all headed to one point, though.
Okay,
Raghunath.
go.
It's the sweet point. So the courageous 16-year-old Abhimanyu broke it open, entered, right, the Chaturvyuha. And just as the rest of the Pandavas were going to follow him in, Jayadratha appeared. And Jayadratha fought off the Pandavas. And because he had that boon, no matter how hard they tried, they're like, we promised him. It's Arjuna's son. We have to protect him. No matter how hard they tried, they could not defeat Jayadratha. He was just, he was just undefeatable.
And then the Vyuha closed around young Abhimanyu.
Ah.
That was heartbreaking, wasn't it?
He fought so valiantly. It's like a second Arjuna. Everybody's saying he's unstoppable. He was wreaking havoc within the Chaturvyuha.
But finally, they destroyed his chariot. He was like on the battlefield alone, just
Ho,
walking
ho,
around
ho,
his feet.
slow down, slow it down.
I'm not a horse. Like a horse sometimes. Slow it down, Nelly.
You're running fast. You're running forward like a horse. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
So Abhimanyu is fighting so valiantly. He's killing the enemies like crazy. But as a 16-year-old, even the greatest warriors were like, they had to commend him. They were kind of like they were impressed.
They're impressed with this kid's fighting.
Yeah, but it was reaching that point where like this is out of control. This 16-year-old is fighting with he's so devastating. We need to stop him by any means necessary, and that's when a Dharma set in.
Yeah,
right. Where because the thing is, these high-level warriors, it's their Dharma. They don't fight with lower-level warriors.
No,
and when they fight with the high-level warrior, they don't gang up on one. They fight one-on-one, right? It's like you're of that level, I'm of that level, we go at it, right?
Yeah. Let's get it on.
These are the Uttaratis, the highest level fighters.
The Maharatis.
I think the Atiratis still even higher than Maharati.
I think the Maharati is the highest. Okay. I'll check it out.
Okay. No, you stay with me. Have Mara check it out. Mara,
check it out.
Attarati or
Ekaratis, Maharatis, Attaratis.
Yeah, I think so I think it was Duryodhana, Karna. I think it may have been I forget all the warriors, but it was 5 Atiratis, right?
Maharatis, yeah.
And they all fought the young Abhimanyu. They ganged up on him and they killed him.
Yeah. and they cheered.
And they cheered. They stuck because he was going to kill everything otherwise. Now, fast forward to the end of the day. Arjuna coming back from battle.
He makes a vow.
Slow down.
If I don't kill him by sunset.
Whoa, Nelly. At the end of the day, Arjuna comes back and he sees everybody's looking very dejected, right? And he sees, he enters into the tent of his brothers and the other, leaders and other warriors. And he's saying, I sense that there are many bad omens as I come back from the battlefield today.
Right. He picked up on something's wrong.
I feel that
something's not
wrong.
right here.
My son, who normally is the first to greet me when I come back from the battlefield, he's not here to greet me. I'm looking at your faces. I'm seeing everyone with long faces today.
Everyone's sad. People were looking away. They won't look at me.
Looking away from me. Yeah. He listed a whole list of inauspicious omens. And he began to say, could it be because of this? Could it be because of that? Has someone behaved cowardly on the battlefield today? Has someone, broken their vows of Dharma today? Could it be this? Could it be that? Or could it be that you failed to protect my son?
Ooh.
Right? Oh, imagine how Yudhishthir felt. And oh man, it breaks my heart just now, just talking about it. So then, Mara, you got the info?
Yeah. So an Ati Maharati.
Ati Maharati.
Yeah, a warrior who's considered equal to 12 Maharatis.
Okay, so that's the lowest. Oh, I'm
that's
wrong.
the lowest. That's the top. That means they're 12 times the Maharati, right?
They're 12 times the Maharatis? How did I not know that?
I'm trying to tell you, Raghunath.
Man, I'm spaced out with my Akshahinis.
That's okay. Your Akshahinis.
Arjuna was an Ati Maharati class warrior.
Ati Maharati.
Ati Maharati. You called me a Maharani? I'm a Maharati. Maharani's a queen. Listen, you Maharani.
Okay, so now Raghunath. Now Yudhishthir's broken the news. He's explained what happened. Jayadratha, he got some kind of boon. We fought. We gave it everything we possibly. We were so sorry, but it was Jayadratha. he had some kind of special powers. No matter what we did, we couldn't break through. Then Arjuna took a vow. I vow. I swear to you, I swear to the sun, to the moon, I swear before God, I swear before all of you, my fellow warriors, I swear to you that tomorrow, by the time the sun sets,
Before tomorrow.
huh?
You said by tomorrow. No, before the sun sets.
Well, on tomorrow, but yeah, tomorrow, before the sun sets.
Tonight.
No, this was the night before.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's right.
Why are you trying to trip me up? Just admit you were wrong about the Maharatis.
All right, by tomorrow before the sun sets.
Before the sun sets tomorrow, either I will have killed Jayadratha,
Right.
or I will enter into the fire and kill myself. I swear this to you. Right. Now, news of that vow spread quickly, including into the enemy's ranks.
And so the enemies are thinking, hey,
Yeah.
if we could just protect Jayadratha for the day.
New strategy.
New strategy, protect Jayadratha. That'll get Arjuna. Arjuna will kill himself.
Yeah. And that'll be the end. I mean, once Arjuna kills himself, they're going to lose heart. It's over.
Yeah.
So they set up a formation where it's just like everybody, layer after layer after layer after layer after layer. And Jayadratha way in the back.
Hiding in a basket.
And so, that morning, Krishna and Arjuna look at each other and like, okay, we've got it. This is where it gets so beautiful, because to me, just like with you and me, Raghunath, when you go through a lot with someone, you become very close to that person,
We're close, right?
Yeah.
Like this.
I don't know what is that you're demonstrating with your hand? What kind of mudra?
We're wrapped up like that. Like Radha and Krishna. Ever see that Radha and Krishna picture where they're like, there's like a hand coming from somewhere and a leg is wrapped around their legs.
I forget the name for that posture. So yeah, they're like, together we are on a mission. Krishna's like, I need to drive this chariot in such a way, and you need to fight in such a way that you can kill Jayadratha. And you read that long story of what they go through together that day, how they fight together, the challenges that it's one major challenge after another. Even one of these challenges, the average, not the only average, the great warrior couldn't overcome. And Arjuna and Krishna, they have to overcome one after another. Sometimes Krishna's body is being hit by arrows. He's blocking. He doesn't care. Arjuna's fighting. They go through, so many hurdles throughout the day, so many armies. Occasionally Krishna's like, no, Arjuna, don't fight with them. We need to keep going forward, And Krishna's leading him through the whole thing. At one point late in the day, Krishna just said, the horses are too tired. He says, we need to take a break. Krishna finds a source of water. He waters the horses. He washes and heals their wounds with his own hands. Right?
Horse healing.
Yes, horse healing. Thank you for that, for that contribution. And then it's getting late. The color of the skies it's getting red. It's like it's getting late. And they get on the chariot, and there's still, the final, hurdles.
It's going to set. It's going to be over.
It's coming down, and they're fighting, and they get to that. They're just almost at Jayadratha. He's being protected, and right there he's being protected. You got Duryodhana there. You got like Karna there. You got like these people there.
Can't get through.
And then it seems like it's too late. It seems like the sun is going to set right now.
Sun's going to set. That's it. It's over.
And then the sun set, and it was too late.
And everybody cheered on the bad guy's side.
Like, yeah, Arjuna's going to kill himself.
We did it. Arjuna's going to kill himself. We did it. We protected Jayadratha.
But no, it was a trick of Krishna. Krishna had made it. He covered the sun, made it see, and then he unveiled it again. And he said, "Now, Arjuna, shoot!"
He covered the sun, so it seemed like it set, and then he uncovered it, and like, wait, what?
Said,
Krishna's tricky.
And then Arjuna, as Radha Swami said, yeah. How does he do that with the microphone? Try to do that, Radha.
I don't know.
I'm not getting anything. He shot that arrow, and the head of Jayadratha sliced from its body. And there's more to that story about how that head had to land in a particular place and all this.
Yeah.
But it just makes me think.
Greatest story ever told, everybody. Mahabharata.
Oh.
Go get it right now. Order on Audible, or order it wherever you get your books.
When they fought together, what was that fight that they had in the forest, the Kundava forest? That was another scene where they stood back to back fighting off the demigods. This battle together, the love and the war, and that Krishna is willing to cheat to protect the life of Arjuna.
Krishna will even cheat to protect the life of devotees.
And
right?
just one more
break his vows. He'll pick up the wheel. He said he wouldn't fight. Okay, I'm going to fight anyway because Arjuna, right?
Oh man. So it's and one side squirrel. It seems like today is going to be the Mahabharata squirrel.
What do you mean side squirrel? It's a squirrel and a squirrel.
Double squirrel.
It's a double squirrel today.
But what I always remember, and this is another time where Krishna is going to tell Arjuna to cheat.
Tell me. What's our takeaway? Cheat? Is that the takeaway?
That's your takeaway.
And your lesson of today, children.
Cheat for Krishna. And that is...
There it is again, religion.
Cheat for Krishna.
Okay, go on.
Okay, so towards the end of the battle, where Karna wasn't going to fight when Jonah was on the battlefield. He said, like, I'll come and I'll lead your army, but not while Jonah's there, because Jonah doesn't respect me. And then Jonah died.
You're right.
One general after another, right? There are quite a few that went down. Bhima, Drona, one or two others, and then now it's Karna. Karna becomes and Duryodhana, he's lost some big wars, but he's like, Karna is the man I can depend on. Karna is the man that can kill Arjuna and end this whole thing. Karna is, I'm placing all my, my kingdom, my power, all my hopes are placed on you, my friend. Everyone knew that this battle, ultimately, it comes down to Arjuna versus Karna, and but Karna had some inauspicious things,
I will say that Karna was a better fighter, but Arjuna got the blessings of Krishna. That's the difference.
So that during that final battle, they're going at it with each other. Focus on me, Raghunath, and not the.
I am. There's story. Diane from Las Vegas says there's stories of the Mahabharata are on Spotify.
Okay,
I didn't know that. Okay, I'm going to check that out today.
Okay. So they're fighting each other, and the whole battle stops. Right, thousands of warriors stop just to watch this glorious battle of the two greatest warriors that have existed practically. This battle that since their childhood has been building to this moment. Right? And everybody's and just like, as warriors, whatever side you're on,
it's like the Army-Navy football game.
Yeah. But whatever side you're on, you're appreciating both of these warriors. These are true Kshatriyas. These are great warriors, and so they're fighting. But at one point, in the intensity of this battle, Karna's wheel gets stuck. All right, deep down in a gully, like it's really trapped down in there.
Couldn't get out.
Now he's a sitting duck, right? Because like
he can't move.
Arjuna's on a chariot that's flowing like the wind, being driven by Krishna. He can,
very, very just flipping and floating and swifting. And now he's in the mud.
He's stuck deep down in there.
He's saying, "Okay, listen, listen, Krishna, Arjuna, come on, play fair here. I got to get my wheel out of the mud. Then we can continue to fight. Be a man."
Yeah, he's saying, Arjuna, you are a great warrior. You have always followed Dharma. So do not now break your codes of Dharma now. It'll either be you or me. Allow me to get my chariot back up and running. And then you and I will face off and let the greater warrior win. But you are a great warrior, has always followed Dharma. Do not break Dharma now and attack me while my chariot's in. And then Krishna speaks up. Oh, man.
Krishna just gives, you want to talk about Dharma. Now you want to talk about Dharma.
Yeah.
Now you want to talk about Dharma. Where were you when Draupadi was being disrobed? Were you talking about Dharma then?
Why weren't you talking about Dharma when Draupadi was being... I didn't hear you speaking words about following Dharma then. You weren't speaking of then. Now you're talking about Dharma?
In the dice match. We're talking about
dice
Dharma.
Match? Yeah. Right. And what about when Abhimanyu was being attacked within the Chaturvyuha?
Yeah, when Abhimanyu was getting killed, where was your Dharma?
I didn't hear you talk about Dharma then.
No Dharma then.
I don't think he was saying it in an annoying way.
Annoying voice.
And he said, and then he said, and you know, Krishna knew that if he didn't cheat, that Karna would kill Arjuna. And this is where love becomes the highest principle, right? The love that Krishna had for Arjuna to him was more important than any other dharma.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He says, Arjuna, fire. Karna's killed.
Oh my God. Who do you think Karna was? Like, to get
He was
killed
an
by
Indra in
Arjuna?
the previous life.
He was what?
He was an Indra in the previous life.
He was an Indra.
Right?
I don't know.
Oh, no. The other 5 Pandavas were all Indras. I can't say that. I'm not
I
sure.
don't know who Karna was.
Who was Karna?
I've heard that during that whole little escapade.
Yeah.
Escapade.
Escapade?
Escapade.
Is it Icecapade?
Hold it. That Krishna somehow disguised, like got out of there, came back to Karna, whose wheel was stuck in the chariot, disguised himself as a Brahmana, and begged Karna. He says, I'm a Brahmana. I'm here to beg. And he's like, here now? I'm in the middle of a duel. He says, yes, I'm here to beg. He goes, and Karna's known for his charity, and then
He
he'll
can't
never
refuse.
to give charity. He said, okay, I'll give you whatever you want. What would you like? He goes, this can't wait till after the battle. He goes, no, I want it right now. He goes, I'll give you whatever you like. What would you like? He goes, I would like the results for all your pious credits.
Oh.
And he said, you can have them all. And he gave the results to all
That's
his
glorious.
pious credits. Karna was glorious. And that's how he lost.
What were all the things going against Karna in that battle, Raghunath? One was
he was cursed to die in a helpless situation because he shot a cow by mistake.
okay.
And
So that was the wheel
owner of
getting
the cow
stuck.
cursed him.
That was the wheel getting stuck. What else?
Another was he wouldn't be able to remember the mantras
Mhm.
because he lied about
crucial
to his
moment.
guru about who he was.
Oh man.
He said he was from a Brahmin family, and he didn't really know what his family was. So that was his second thing against him.
What's another one? I'll give you another one.
What you got?
Was that he had an arrow that was designed that had the power to kill Arjuna. But
And he already used it.
But because Bhima's son,
Got to touch.
Gatochaka, had fought so powerfully against him, he was forced to use that arrow to kill Gatochaka.
Got to catch. Yeah,
I think it's Gatochaka.
I think it's got to catch.
Well, I've heard Sridhana Maharaj. So I'm going to go with him and not you. Forgive me.
I heard it on Spotify as got to catch.
Gotta catch. So there was that one that he gave. Also, Indra came to him disguised and also got special weapons from him, right? Came to him disguised as a Brahmana.
Yep.
And this was Dharma, right? That this is where
Indra came and took his Kavacha and Kundalas.
Yeah, but also some weapon, I think, too, right? And Karna was like, I know that you are injured. I know you're Arjuna's father in disguise. I know exactly what you're doing, but I've taken my vow that I will give charity. So since you've asked, here it is.
Yeah. God, what a great, I'm ready to read the Mahabharata. We got to start reading the Mahabharata. Cover to cover.
All right. We didn't get to our
We didn't get to anything today, but it was something.
Yeah.
But it's all some beautiful, delicious fruit, right? Whether you eat the banana from one side or the other side, it's all sweet.
True. As long as you unpeel the other side.
You got to peel it. It's not sweet. You got to peel the banana, then the whole thing's sweet.
Okay. Marriage.
The Chandra says their previous lives are all in the Padma Purana. I got to read the Padma Purana. You know what? I love Krishna consciousness. It's so interesting and fun.
Yeah. Cheat. That's our theme today.
Robert De Niro. Everyone ever went to YouTube, search Robert De Niro, Meet the Parents, and see if it's Kastuba.
You talking about me? Somebody said you talking about me? Is that the line, right?
I'll send you one today. Maybe you could post it on our stories or something.
Okay.
All right. You guys ready for some takeaways?
Yeah.
Okay. With freedom, we have responsibility.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, we do.
We do.
There's a gift of a painful situation.
Oh, yeah,
Gift
difficult
of pain.
circumstances.
The gift of pain. Hey, what did I get for Christmas? Pain.
Can I return that?
You're welcome.
Does this
there
have
a
a return?
receipt?
Does this have a gift receipt on it?
Can I return this? Re-gift it.
Here, I got something I think you'd like. Wait, you got that from Gustuba. Okay.
Don't tell Tarun about that, by the way.
Gift of pain. Okay.
Meditate on the sacrifices of devotees that came before us.
Yeah,
You
come
have to
on.
do that. You have
Entitled
to.
little. Yeah.
Divine love is higher than Dharma.
Send me a
higher
love.
It's the highest dharma.
It's the highest.
Sacrifice for Krishna is never forgotten.
Nope.
Mm-mm. The acharyas remember that.
Let Krishna lead our chariot.
Let him lead it.
Let him drive.
Let him drive.
Krishna's my Krishna's my pilot.
Krishna will even cheat for his devotees.
That's right. He'll cheat.
Yep. He'll steal too.
He likes to cheat for his devotees.
He's the best thief and the best cheat.
He's crooked.
He's good.
And
We're already on and?
yeah, I didn't know. I kept on waiting for the Bhagavatam to start taking takeaways.
All right.
And
And
we're all gonna become a medjool date with legs.
Yeah, that's right.
That's all right,
Wrinkled
we
up.
are- we are. Oh, Mara.
I'm married. What's
Oh,
going on,
yeah,
man?
the
Commercial?
YouTube ad. Oh, ouch.
You guys
Another
just
YouTube. There's
splurge
two
for the
YouTube ads.
premium.
Wait, we're on the Bach Brandenburg Concerto.
Brandenburg Concerto is
Here we go.
nice.
It is nice. Well, that's it, people. Another beautiful day of the Srimad Bhagavatam Double Squirrel Manifestation. Woo! That all started with me hot seating Mare about Jayadrop, and you came back with, oh, let me take you around the bend for 25 minutes.
Jared just got his head cut off for that one.
It was me and Kastuba holding pinkies, walking around, talking about the Mahabharata. That's what happened today's show.
Imagine what it would be like, Raghunath, to go back at the end of that battle to
With a metal detector? Is that what you're about to say?
no, with Krishna.
I thought about that. With a
No,
metal.
with Krishna, not a metal detector. No, go
What were you going to say?
at the end of the battle, at the end of that long day and that long fight, to sit around the fire with Krishna, having just done that together. And,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
That would have been great.
But if I could find a sword,
Imagine finding these helmets with jewels. Imagine finding Arjuna's sword.
I
thought
saw
about
someone discover a sword. I saw some little Instagram.
that was me. That was me. I said
Oh, you put
the
that
Roman
there, okay.
swords in the cave. That is like a dream of mine. I want to find a cave, and I want to find a treasure. That's all. I don't want much
Let
out
it
of
go,
this world.
Raghunath. You'll have to come back for that.
Don't you like you found the treasure, Krishna consciousness?
That's it.
Yes, I know. I want to. I also want to
like
have a treasure.
gold and jewels, things like that.
Like, you found the treasure chest of spiritual knowledge.
It's the ultimate
Yes,
jewel.
that too. And
yeah, that's great.
I mean, just like a tangible thing.
Can't we do both here?
Can't we get both? Can't I have? I know I do have that treasure.
Karuna wants to find Bhima's
Yeah, in
club.
Israel, they just discovered swords. Yes, that's what I saw, Martina. It'd be great to
What'd they
find Bhima's club. Yes, that would be cool. Yeah, I mean, a metal detector in India would be incredible. They're still digging stuff up. It's still there. I was trying to wonder, like, where's all our junk from? Like, me and Mara were talking yesterday, like, where's our stuffed animals? Did you play with stuffed animals when you were little?
No.
See, that's why you're the way that you are.
Bitter, resentful, hateful.
You need to hug
teddy bear.
animals.